So I'm standing here in front of our fiber optics box, which provides internet service to our off-grid cabin. It's the one utility that we do pay for, even though we are off-grid as far as electric and water and sewage, that we feel is an absolute necessity when living in this modern world. And we're going to go through some of the reasons why we think it's important. So anybody that's been following along on our channel for a while, you guys know that I have a love-hate relationship with technology. I feel like it is intrusive in trying to live an off-grid lifestyle, and I would love to be able to throw away the cell phone and the computer and the internet altogether. However, it does provide and add value to our living, especially in this modern world. Now, some people think of the internet as a utility, and technically it is, but we tend to think of the internet more as a resource, something similar to gas or diesel or even propane, because with a utility such as electric or water or sewage, those are all things that we can produce or replace here on our off-grid homestead. But just like with gas or diesel or propane, those are things that we cannot produce, and the internet is another item that we cannot produce, but it adds equal value such as gas, diesel, or propane would as well. So one of the first ways that we utilize internet is communication. We are in a very remote area that does not have cell phone service. So in order for us to be able to communicate with family, friends, relatives, or even emergency services, we need to be able to place calls or text messages off of this property. The way that we do that is our internet is connected to Wi-Fi, which then allows us to place calls or text messages through our phone. So the second way that we utilize our internet in our off-grid life is for research, information, and news. News is an obvious one, understand what's going on in the world. Information and research is key when it comes to something such as our solar system. This is something that we are not experts in, but something that we need to completely and totally understand, because we are going to be investing a significant amount of financial resources as well as time resources into building these kinds of systems. In order to understand this, we need to research it and understand it thoroughly. It's just not practical for us to drive 40 minutes to the nearest Starbucks or library or McDonald's to get on Wi-Fi to research this kind of stuff. So the third way that we utilize the internet is in ordering supplies and in bulk foods. A lot of you guys know that we maintain a prepper pantry here, which means that we keep at least a 1-year supply of food. And in order to get these bulk supplies, we need to order them online. We believe first and foremost in supporting local businesses. However, a lot of the local businesses around here do not carry the items that we need for our pantry. So that means that we need to order them online. Some other things are things such as pig nipple waters and other items that aren't typically carried by local stores in the area. So those are items that we need to order on the internet. So that is not something that is practical to drive 40 minutes to a town to place an order to come back. So internet is key in that aspect in maintaining an off-grid homestead. Which brings me to point number 4, which is entertainment. Now these guys provide a huge source of entertainment for us. They're always getting into something, same with the pigs. However, at some point the chickens go to bed, the pigs go to bed, and usually during the long winter when it's 5 o'clock and it's pitch black, we need to find something to do inside. Some of our previous videos we covered some of the games we like to play with the kids, but we also like to do other things as well, such as read books. Now, the local library again is about a 40-minute drive. It's just not practical for us to drive 40 minutes to the library, pick up some books, drive 40 minutes back, and then have them return to the library before the due date. But what is much more practical for us is to have internet and to be able to download those books for free. We do utilize our local library, which has some sort of affiliation with online sources such as Freeding and Hoopla, where we can download a bunch of different books for free and watch them, as well as some audiobooks and even some TV shows and movies. And that's what we do for entertainment. Along with, we do stream some movies, and we also watch a lot of YouTube channels. So the fifth way to utilize internet is remote monitoring of security systems. Now, security on our off-grid homestead is something that Jeremy had covered in a video about a month ago. I'm going to link to that video if you guys are interested in that. But we do monitor our property via the internet and remote monitoring systems. It's a topic that we didn't cover in that particular video and one that we're not going to cover. So suffice to say, we're going to leave it just at that. And finally, the last and probably the most important reason for having internet off-grid has got to be income. Income is a huge component to living off-grid, especially the more remote you are. Unless you are independently wealthy, then that means that you are going to need to have some sort of income to pay for even some of the basic necessities of living in an everyday life. Now, we make our living off the internet. We are content creators via YouTube. We are also system consultants, and we do other things online, and we have other things coming down the pipeline that all involve being online. But also it is a backup source for if any of those things, such as YouTube, falls through, we're able to get another job online by having the internet. If we didn't have that, that would mean that we would probably have to relocate closer to town so that we could commute to a job. So for us, having internet is not only a source of income for us now, but it's also a backup plan. Should any of the current sources of our income fall through, we're able to get some other job or provide some other source of income via the internet. So internet for us was a key component in finding our off-grid property for all the reasons that I gave you. When we were searching for land, we found a lot of very beautiful properties with gorgeous cabins on them, meticulously maintained properties, but they either didn't have internet at all or they had just satellite service, which has very poor upload and download speeds and is very, very expensive. That's just not something that was going to work for us, we felt, for our situation in order to enable us to stay off-grid effectively. So we found this particular property, the whole entire county is wired for internet, and that's what we wanted. So I hope that's been helpful to you guys, especially those of you guys who are looking to move off-grid. Just remember that off-grid living does not necessarily have to go by a set of rules. The only rules with off-grid living are the ones that you make. And for us, having internet and being connected to the internet is important to us in our lifestyle and for our long-term security. Now, this is part 3 of a 5-part series on off-grid living. The first video we did is why we are living off-grid, and the second part is it really cheaper to live off-grid? The next 2 videos in the series that we're going to do is how to invest your money wisely to remain off-grid, and then the final video is going to be on how we found our off-grid property. If you like this kind of stuff, make sure you hit the bell so you're notified whenever those videos come out. Catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. And again, it's just not something that is practical. I have a chicken in my pantry. No! Chicken, get out of my pantry. Where did she go? Where are you, chicken? Chicken! Where did she go?
She's gonna lay an egg under there.
Chicken! Where is she? Get out of there! Hey! Chicken! Chicken! Get out of here! Come on! Chicken! Get out! Why is it when I'm always shooting the videos the chickens misbehave?